I'm Jared, and this is my transformation story. The second month of my first college semester, I get a phone call from a local New York detective that had found the body of my best friend. He had taken his own life, and it wrecked me. It was very hard for me to believe in a gracious God, and so the next day I just made up my mind that God wasn't real. What that led into was me just trying to fill that void with anything I could get my hands on, which turned into a pretty deep dive into a party scene where I found that was the easiest place for me to stay at. And so after that spring semester, I came home for the summer and was home for good after that. I got a new job and was driving to work one morning, and I was in a Jeep Wrangler going about 60 or 65 miles per hour, and I flipped on the highway. Wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and I ended up flipping my Jeep 3 times. At the moment of the wreck, I realized that I had been looking at God in just this selfish way. It was kind of like this, what can you do for me? How could he forgive someone like me, knowing everything that I have in my past? I remember just praying, God, I can't do this anymore. I can't just go on living my life like it's all about me. And I hate that it took a bad car wreck, but for the first time in my life, I said, God, just do something in me. And so that was really kind of the tipping point where God really got a hold of my heart. He allowed me to start serving at Brookstone and put me in the middle of a great community to where I could start building my faith and start to understand what it means to be a man of God. You know, understanding what prayer was huge for me, because I could just be honest with God and what I was struggling in. And another awesome thing that he did was just plant me in the middle of community after community where, and I can go to these people and I can say, I'm struggling, I need some prayer. And that's been one of the biggest things is just having that community to fall back on it, and understanding that God has forgiven me and has given me more grace and more love and more mercy than I deserve. He will always listen. He will always hear my prayers. Whenever I feel alone or like I'm not sure I can do this, I can. And it's because of who he is that I'm able to have a hope for the future.